G'day. Hello. Grand Rising. Let's take two. My previous take, Theo was a little bit difficult to entertain, so yeah. I have written a little bit of a script for the language that I would like to use. I've just finished moving it to there, so yeah. First of all, happy Lunar New Year. Or at least this video will be marking the transit sort of period. Not a part of my culture, but very much interested in the way that their wheel works. Yeah, so let me just start with my script. With both the sun and the moon in Capricorn, there's a strong emphasis right now on embodiment. Returning into your body, taking responsibility for your choices, getting practical with reality. Capricorn asks you to recognize what you want and to take responsibility for how you act on it. This transition from the year of the snake into the year of the horse feels significant. You may already be feeling it. We're moving out of a period of internalization, yin energy, reflection, questioning, and shedding, and into embodied motion. There's no rush here, but there is a weighing process. Which layers stay and which ones are complete. With Venus and Mars finalizing their time in Capricorn, there's a clarity around themes of value, effort, and commitment. Recent energetic exchanges are showing their results. There's a clear choice point to continue investing where things feel aligned or to consciously let go of what doesn't. With Mercury in Capricorn as well, communication right now tends to be focused and intentional. You may notice yourself saying less, but meaning more, speaking about what you're building now. As the moon settles into Capricorn, this transition offers a moment of stabilization. As we mark the Lunar New Year, you're invited to release what you no longer want to carry and to recognize that from now on, what you carry forward is your choice. Okay? So this is a collective message. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Right? I can close that off. And we're at 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's beautiful. So I'm going to light this up. You missed me grabbing it out of my bag. It's sort of like a no-edit channel, I think. I just found a cat hair on my nose. Alright. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, I thank you for being here and now. Divine Mother, I thank you for being in the here and now. I ask that your 5 angelic children be present. I ask Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Metatron to be present in the here and now. Hearing this message, I'm going to do this one. Nope. This one. Nope. Oh well. If it disappears, it disappears. I believe you can still hear me. Black screen, maybe confirmation. Thank you, Archangels, for being present in the here and now. Thank you, Divine Mother. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm going to clear the energy. Well, I'm actually going to call in Daikomyo energy. That should be the other way, because I'm calling with this one and sending with that one. Okay. And I'm going to focus that energy with Chakra Ray. Allowing that energy to expand. And then finally just balancing out, just in case it's a little intense, okay? Oh, notification, confirmation, don't know. We'll do this one here, Seiki, to balance out the energies. Just so it's not too intense for you. Just so that it does what it can do for you, not more, just what it can do for you, literally. This is energy for you to use as you will, from the beginning to the end of this video. If you're engaging with it, you can engage with it. If not, I'm sure I've got timestamps that you can follow to a different portion of the video. I thank you very much though for staying in the here and now with me. Even if you didn't, you will still be here and now with me. I just blew my candle out. Oh dear. This Palo Santo is determined to fall on the towel. Hope that energy feels nice for you. Thank you for allowing me to share that with you. Obviously, you would only have received that if you did, not if you didn't. So I'm going to refill my coffee. I'm going to drop an Easter egg, by the way. What streaming software do you use? What software do you use? The free one that I'm using is OBS. I did pay $20 for an application to do DroidCam, but it seems to be a bit buggy. I don't have any USB ports to plug into, so I'm a bit stuck on that for a plug directly to the system. But yeah, I thought that being on the same Wi-Fi would translate, but it seems to want to close itself quite a lot, which isn't so much concerning as it is strange to me. But anyway, let me grab some sugar and we'll start this reading. Thank you to the sun, which rises in the east and travels to the west. As if it moves. No, we spin around the sun. Thank you for giving us light from the east to the west. Thank you, universe, for providing us a moon to illuminate through the night via the sun's reflection, but via refraction. Wow. Thank you for the change in seasons. I thank you for the lessons. I thank you for all of the experiences that I've had, that we've had as a collective. I celebrate 1 year truly of YouTube attempt, I'll call it. And I'm grateful that we're able to just do this now with just a telephone or even a desktop camera. Yeah, good time to recognize that my setup is flawed. I'm not a producer. I've never studied any of this stuff. I've just watched people do it. I've been watching people do it at church. I actually did help upload to YouTube for church, which was nice. Okay, hopefully that helps you see something more of what I'm seeing, but overall I'm not too bothered. You can see what you see, right? Where are we going? Right, we're doing astrology. Wait, we already did astrology. And then we did the invitation. You may need a haircut. Me, not you, sorry. I may need a haircut. Alright, so I've got to clear some space. I've got to ground myself a little bit, sorry. My apologies. Whew. The household has visitors. And so, it is currently 7:07 p.m. here and now. I will say that I must reduce my gain just a little bit. Yep, just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Yes, there it is. Green little bar, can you stay green? I'm pushing it if I go loud. Okay, I got it. So I just gotta stay casual. Stay casual. I'm not good at casual. I can see it topping out a yellow. Maybe I need to reduce my space. Is that better? Maybe I need to put something over the top of it. This is going to sound terrible. Is that better? Ooh, we have some dampening. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Ooh. It's the coffee. Okay, maybe I'm not allowed to have coffee before I record a video. I'm gonna walk like a man, talk like a man, walk like a man on da 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 da, la da da da, ba da ba ba da da, be da do, a do do do. Oh, I should have edited this for my own ease. Anyway, too late now. I've recorded it into this message. It took 2.5 minutes to say my little script. It literally took me like 6 hours. Plus all the homework to write that up. Okay, it's not about me. More of you and less of me, Spirit. Thank you. I have been excited to appear here and have somewhat of an understanding. Hold on. I think I'm ready to begin. I have been excited to be here now with you again. I know that this is a pre-recorded video, but I have been excited to be here again with you. Now, it feels as though the wheel will never stop turning, and so there's no real point in trying to stop it, break it, change it. I think it's more important to integrate, right? And transit readings, I will take this one because it's a 1, and these ones I will read, but they will go to the bottom. Expand your bubble, that may be pertinent for you, not sure. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. There you go. Ah, am I missing something? So if I do this, and then I touch this, and then I extend this way, and then I extend this way. No, it does not. Never mind. Is there a way to undo that? Sorry, everybody. I decided to play with something inside of something, and the video may bug because of it. Sorry. We're back. I'm back. Woo! Expand your bubble. Observe others' realities. Extend compassion. Wow. I'll take it. Expand your bubble. Observe others' realities. Extend compassion. I wonder what the tarot has to say about that. Your body knows. Listen to your body. Learn how it speaks. That's a pretty good message to come through. Great for a Lunar New Year. It's a 10 as well, which I'll note. 2026 breaks down to a 10. Some may call it a 1, but I'm choosing to allow it to be a 10. It contains both the 0 and the 1, and so I will permit it to be a 10. The transition goes from snake to horse. And so I guess within these two energies, 15 and 10, we have that picture of the snake and the horse. The more you know your body through this season, the more you know your body, the more you know yourself, really. Through this change, through this season, the more it will benefit you. I think a big part of what the collective has been experiencing is an unfolding, really. I have here card number 38. That is Cultivate Resilience. Oh. Nope, that is shocking. I don't have enough light down there. Card number 38. That card there is the first of water. And so really, to go back to what I was talking about before, it's part of the scripted intro. It's really about strengthening the container by healing the cracks. Sorry, I forgot to read that out. It truly is about you deciding, okay, what am I going to allow to continue leaking? How am I going to continue allowing myself to bleed energy, potentially? My mum's home. Yay. And so, maybe deciding to renew your cup. Or perhaps become more aware of your vessel. This is what this transit may be making more aware for you. And so I'll move on to the next card. It is card number 9, which is Late Earth. Connect with kin. Deepen support networks with friends and family. Okay. It does have that energy. Like, I mean, last year was a 9. Last year was a 9 year, so with this card being a 9, connect with kin. It's like you've taken yourself through the opportunity, well, you've taken yourself through the energy of shedding, through the energy of letting go. Where did I write that? Yeah, there. You're moving through the energy of reflection, through the energy of questioning, into embodied motion, which is late Earth, really. It's the shared part, I got a notification. Oh, my watch died. That's handy. I don't need to be wearing that. Please don't distract me, notification. 9 is a late Earth. Connect with kin, deepen support networks with friends and family. So you may be being pulled into analysing or reviewing which relationships have been equivalent in their exchange. You may be somebody who is actually waiting to see the consequences or the results of their exchange. It's kind of beautiful. So moving on to the next oracle card. I've got card number 47, which is very late water. So we go from early water to late water. Gone. Remove energy hooks and unhealthy attaches. I definitely feel like that's in alignment with moon energy. Lunar New Year. I feel like we definitely could let go of any energy hooks, unhealthy attachments, attachers, cut the cords. Maybe you've been feeling to do that kind of ceremony. Not sure. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I think I've already said that, so yeah. Moving on, 36, mind loops. So 36 is the second last of the fire. I love the smell of timber burning. I'm such a freaking fire sign. 4 placements Sagittarius, 2 placements Leo, 1 placement Aries. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's 4. 4, 3, 1. 4, 3 Capricorn, actually. 4 Sagittarius, 3 Capricorn, 2 Leo, 1 Aries. Boom. Fire, 3, 6, late fire. Yes. Pause the mind loops. Thank you, Spirit. Notice the repetitive thoughts. Have protocols to shift focus. Okay, so this may not be a 22 card spread. This may just be an 8 card spread. I don't know. As usual, as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is good energy though. I feel like that's it. Really. Guidance of the highest. Cultivate integrity within yourself, others, and your guides. That's such a pertinent message. Card number 58. That's definitely late Aether. You're expressing your spirituality hugely. In a beautiful way. It's potentially giving to yourself in the highest as well. That's gorgeous. Now what does it break on, I wonder? Ooh, feel your feelings. Trust and truth. Card number 70. You hold the keys to the answer you seek. Wow. Now, I'm not a predictions channel. Not there yet. So if any have come out from this channel, my apologies. I read energy for the most part. I give myself that grace. Not super interested. I'm not too sure if anyway, let's have a look at what's happening with the tarot. How good. Thank you to Izzy Ivy, the Light Code Apothecary. I appreciate that. I will admit, my medication is kicking in a little bit. Not sure if you can hear that, but I'll take it as a confirmation. There you go. I'm going to change the camera over to this one, just so that it doesn't put so much stress on my poor laptop, which seems to be kicking itself right now. Alright, what's going on with the energy of expand your bubble, please, Spirit? Actually, no, that doesn't feel right. I'd like to look at this one. And I might, if that's okay, put them in order. Nope, they were in order. Okay. Cultivate resilience. Strengthen the container by healing the cracks. So I will say that with this transit energy, moving out of Sagittarius, things can be expansive. Things could have holes in them. You could be in the energy of trying to figure out, alright, what's actually going to serve me here? What am I going to put energy into carrying forward with me? What is my year? What is my year going to look like? What is this season going to look like? Thank you, Spirit. Alright. So, some numbers that I normally talk about when I talk about the tarot. This here does break down to a 10, and I do have the notes here. That breaks down to the tarot, into a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. In numerology, it breaks down to a 1. So it feels like a conception year, or an emergence year. It feels like the option to make a move that will be significant to you, collective. Ooh, I just lost the cards. Like they were running away from me. At the bottom, we've got the 7 of Swords. What is this talking about? Strategy, concentration. Swords are high communication cards. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got the 8 of Cups coming out with the King of Wands. 8 of Cups is behind the King of Wands. Feels like the King of Wands is who I'm talking to. We've got Sun energy inside of this card with the Sun symbol here. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning of this, but the Sun is in Capricorn. It's also got North Node, interesting, on here. And so I am intrigued by that, so I will bring up my internet and I will bring up my tool. And I'll highlight the transit, 16, 17. Is North Node in Pisces? Or is that true node? Either which way, they're both in Pisces. Okay, so you may be a Pisces, you may be a Leo, you may be a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. Could be a Capricorn here. It doesn't need to resonate. So we're talking about this card here, mind you. So this may form to be a pick a card style. Not sure. I'm reminded to show you, your body knows if this message is for you. Listen to your body. Learn how it speaks. And if you're so called, you can expand your bubble. Observe others' realities. And extend compassion. So this is very much giving like balance overall so far. Because the 8 of Cups with the King of... The 8 of Cups with the King of Wands talks about a departure. And when it comes out with cultivate resilience, this tells me that you're somebody who moves away from things quite well, quite easily. This is the energy of the transit, actually. A departure from the things that are no longer in alignment and moving towards the things which are in alignment. That Wands energy, right? That fire, internal fire. So I'd like to see, for the guidance of the highest, for the collective, What is going on with this connecting with kin? Now I know that connecting with kin can be difficult for some people, specifically people who have not been willing to do the shadow work or some processing. Thank you for the confirmation with a notification. And so I will try to be gentle here. How can we connect with kin gently? Honoring ourselves and the journey that we've been on in order to reflect the work that has occurred on the inside, so that our external world can continue to reflect what it is we're trying to build, what we're trying to speak into existence. What's happening with this connect with kin? Are we connecting with someone? Who are we connecting with? Have I asked too many questions of the cards? Alright, connect with kin. Spirit, what do you mean by connect with kin? Ooh, too many cards. I don't want to read that many cards just now, please, Spirit. Thank you. Can it just be 2 for here, 2 for the next, 2 for the next? Yes, okay. And so the King of Wands, after having left something behind, because this is behind, and maybe this is a scene, you've left somebody behind. I'm seeing the wave as well, the frequency behind, and noticing that the fact that the frequencies are not in sync. And so this King of Wands seems to have moved on. Perhaps for the praises of others, maybe they've become some kind of public something. Somebody that potentially shares their fire. I don't know. Definitely getting Leo vibes here. But it's good that we're getting like Sun and Moon polarity shown in the very first card as well. Because then I move on to the Ten of Pentacles. So connecting with kin, 10 of Pentacles, yeah, this talks about legacy. This talks about connecting with different generations. I will say in the here and now, that is definitely important. It is important for you to deepen support networks. Absolutely. With friends and family. This card's fantastic. For in the here and now, you can evaluate, where was the exchange in the relationships? Was it an equivalent exchange? Was it a happy exchange? Was it always under pressure? How did the exchange make you feel? Thank you, Spirit. So then we've got the King of Swords coming out next. So by you connecting with your legacy, with your family, with your kin, I believe that you're going to go through a period where you actually start discovering more and more of your truth. Your truth, why, Spirit? Because you're connecting with people, potentially, who may have raised you, creating that triangle pyramid. And I'm also getting the sense of out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That is truly that manifestation tool, isn't it? If there was a square on the outside, maybe, and then a circle. Woo! Again, the energy of the sun is inside of the King of Swords. And the balance of 10 Pentacles and the King of Swords. I feel like also that's you connecting potentially with ancestors. I definitely also see Ma'at's influence in this. Yeah. I mean, potentially as well, like Ra, or... oh, I can't remember in the here and now. Horus, thank you. What's moving? What's going on with this card here? 47, gone. Remove energy hooks and unhealthy attaches. Wow, okay. Now this comes out with the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Air. Yeah, I definitely get completion energy. You've completed... what the? You've completed something. You've closed out something. I don't want to be futuristic or anything, so you've actually put in some shadow work. You've cut the ties of relationships which were maybe blocking you, draining you, making you unable to see your own value. This could have been connections. Oh look, the sun and the moon again here. This could have been connections. Oh, why does the K word come out here? This could have been karmic connections. I don't know. But it's the end of a relationship. It's the end of a relationship. So take that how it resonates. It's a relationship that may have felt very restricting with the Eight of Swords coming out. You may have been inside of a reflection. You may have been inside of an illusion. I don't know. Take what resonates. Again, I'm seeing the sun and the moon there again. This really is a period, and this really is a reading for you to decide for yourself how you're going to move forward from now on. I see that the sun is there, and I also see that Mercury is there. I do remember saying that Mercury is currently... Oh, I'd prefer that tool. Mercury, at the time of recording, is currently in Capricorn. 22, 50 minutes and 5 seconds. So we're getting towards the point of understanding, integrating, recognizing that when we take messages that resonate with us, we're choosing to hold our energy in a certain way. We're choosing to hold the light in a certain way. Because the light really is attention, right? Because where your eyes go, where your energy flows, that's where life moves. It's a bit like riding a motorcycle. Wherever you choose to look at, wherever you choose to watch, that's eventually where the motorcycle will go. So if you're somebody who has done this work, the work inside of this card here, card number 47, gone. You're somebody who may have taken out the energetic scissors and cut the energetic cords. Because you're somebody who's looking to do completions. You're not looking to stay in cycles, right? You're not looking to stay inside of that energy, the Eight of Air, Eight of Swords. You want to actually progress through, have a healthier relationship with yourself, have a healthy relationship with the experience, with the universe. That's beautiful. And then pause the mind loops. Spirit, what's going on with pause the mind loops? Ooh, talking to the moon can't live. Oh, that's Pisces energy. Is that the first major arcana for this reading? Yes, it is. And so with Pisces coming out next after the Two of Cups, because I feel like the Eight of Wands is really the Eight of Swords really is what happened first. Sorry, I will shift it back so you can see. The Eight of Swords is really what I felt happened first, immediately after the King of Swords, and that's how you were able to see your way through. You saw the truth, and so you just decided, if this relationship is no longer serving me, if I can no longer service this relationship, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to bring my subconscious into conscious awareness. I'm going to allow this season to do what it can. I'm going to allow the brightness of this moment, and I'm drawn to the moon, which is currently 28. Phase 28, 21 minutes 39. Beautiful. It definitely, even that's such an interesting way to express it within this card. It feels like it's the masks. The mask holds a reflection, but I don't know, it gives Wizard of Oz, actually. Oh, Pisces energy. The only references I can give are Saturn. Yeah, about to shift. Neptune as well. About to shift Aries. What does that talk about? So at the moment, with Saturn in Pisces and Neptune as well, I will admit Neptune moves at a rate of 14 years. And Saturn 2 to 5 years. It's great. That's a fantastic shift in energy. It felt like it was a time, it feels like it is still, what am I talking about? It feels like it's a time to really slow down and give yourself an opportunity to look at what has been helpful? What has been impactful? What has grown you? What has stretched you? What has molded you? What has shaped you this year? What does your year of the snake transition to horse look like? Can I have one last card for pause the mind loops? Notice the repetitive thoughts. Have the protocols to shift focus. I get the Hermit. So with 9 being exactly half of 18, I feel like you've actually drawn a lot of awareness. A lot of awareness to your subconscious practices. You are somebody who has genuinely paused the mind loops. You're no longer in potentially a toxic pattern of behavior with yourself. Notice repetitive thoughts. Have protocols to shift focus. This is kind of like understanding the difference between abstinence and self-control. This is kind of the difference between awareness and separation. Wow. Are we really going to bring duality into this? Okay. So what's going to be the bottom of the deck energy for this reading, please, Spirit? Just show me the bottom of the deck energy, please. Whoop. We got one. Thank you. It's the Queen of Cups. Venus, Neptune energy, love, pleasure, ideals, intuition. That's beautiful. It feels like you're... Literally, that feels like just what I was talking on. The transits potentially for Saturn and Neptune. But I don't want to jump the gun here. Maybe that will be the next video that I'll talk about. That'd be fantastic. Okay. So with that in mind, what do we need to clarify here, Spirit? What needs to be clarified? What needs clarity? Expand your bubble. Know your body. Okay. I apologize for any unfinished thoughts. I tried to remain focused this entire time. Okay. So I believe I'm going to go live to do a little energy reading for the collective. So this video will be appearing probably at midnight once it's done processing and I can put the timestamps in. So I thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me at the different parts that you may have joined me. Thank you if you joined in the Reiki part of this. Thank you if you joined in at the Lunar New Year Aussie Alchemist breakdown. Thank you if you just joined for the tarot. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for engaging with me. You can leave a like if you resonated and you're not feeling confident to have a chat, but I'd love to see you in the chat. In the comments, mind you. Sometimes I don't really pay full attention to the chat while I'm live, but yeah, it's only because I want to give this work that I'm doing its due diligence, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way things work from my end. Sorry for the pause. The highest good of all, please. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit. For whoever this message is for, allow me to receive messages for those people who are resonating. Thank you, Spirit. We've got burden in reverse. So you're walking away from being burdened by people for the Eight of Cups. Wow. Because you trust yourself, because you feel like you are connected to the truth. Wow. You've been following the guidance of the highest. Thank you, Spirit. You're not somebody who's afraid to express themselves. You're actually somebody who's built quite a lot of resilience, which is probably why this Ten of Wands is in the reverse, right? You're not willing to hold on to what's no longer yours. You're willing to let people hold on to their own burdens. You've disciplined yourself in order to give yourself this expansive opportunity. The opportunity to expand, talking back to the Eight of Cups. So what's happening with this King of Wands? Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Okay. So with this King of Wands, I definitely feel as though the Two of Cups is coming out again. I feel as though there may be a connection that you are either going to or aren't going to. Depending on how you're resonating, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The potential exists for there to be a relationship or not. You, the person who's resonating with this, will already in their unconscious, their subconscious, be connected with that message, if it's for you, whichever one. You're definitely somebody who was able to leave behind the things that didn't serve you, and leave behind even the relationships that don't serve you, so that you could just embody and be a person who walks towards and expresses themselves as they truly are. Now next up, I do see the Three of Swords. You may have walked away from these things, you may have walked away from the burdens, you may have walked away towards your own light, towards expressing yourself, away from a connection, because you were interested in leaving behind a legacy. Thank you, Spirit. The legacy you were looking to leave behind maybe was not in alignment before. I'm noticing this person in upside down. And so it feels like seeds are falling to the ground. Now perhaps this is your shadow pouring seeds for you, giving you seeds. After having done the shadow work within this reading, you've been able to perceive now which way to move forward, and it seems that your seed planting is giving some kind of a harvest here with this growth being expressed. It tells me that you were able to deal with your heartache. You're somebody who was actually able to bring some discipline to the way that you interact with other people, with their relationships. You really wanted to see how you were using your energy, where you've been using your energy, and actually tightening up for the sake of you moving embodied, not unfocused. Now this King of Swords. Ooh, King of Swords is either in the upright or the reverse. Yes. This King of Swords comes in with connecting with kin. Also the Ten of Pentacles. You may be connecting with somebody who identifies as, what would a king be? King could be anything. So that could be cardinal energy, fixed energy, or mutable energy. So I guess it could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This person is somebody who's expressing, and you may actually be building this with somebody. You, the King of you, the King of Wands. You, the Leo. You, all of the things I said before. You, the what's the true? Pisces. Well, any fire sign, basically. You may be building something, building the legacy with this King of Swords. It's two kings, but remember, there's no gender in the tarot, so you may be expressing as a masculine or a feminine. It doesn't necessarily matter. Yeah, it feels like this King of Wands might be moving towards the King of Swords. The King of Swords isn't noticing though. The King of Swords is doing their own thing. They're ministering to their own people. They're quite happy. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're ministering to their own people with the blue and the gold there. They're being divinely guided, and the hat there, the red hat, following their passions. This is exactly the kind of energy that we should be moving with into this year. Thank you, Spirit. Can't freaking make it up. Like, wow. And so what's going on with this Eight of Air? Eight of Swords, Two of Cups. Ooh, Eight of Swords. Feels like restriction. Feels like still lingering illusion, or the integration of the illusion. The completing of the illusion. Sagittarius energy moving into Capricorn energy, moving into that kind of... It's like letting go of outdated beliefs. Yeah, definitely. Letting go of outdated beliefs. Letting go of emotions that no longer serve you, and really being willing to show up as your soul self, as your whole self. Whew. What's going on with the Eight of Swords? Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot. I saw the Temperance card there. Sagittarius energy, expansion, belief. I will say we are still currently in the Sagittarius moon energy. But we're transiting, we're completing, we're integrating. Ooh, we are integrating. Eight of Major Arcana comes out in reverse. The Strength card. This is high Leo. So you may be a heavily presenting Leo person. Somebody who has quite a lot of Leo in their chart, right? You also just may be somebody who's quite creative. Somebody who is able to perceive the trap of the 8 and cycle out. You're very aware. It gives very much Gemini energy as well. Gemini does track with Mercury showing up there. So you may be somebody who likes to communicate, likes to learn, likes to express themselves. What's the deal with Mercury? Communication and mindset. You've got a positive mindset. You're an integrated person. You're a well-integrated person. You're somebody who literally cuts out relationships which no longer serves them. That's this. You cut out this 8 of Swords and you move with this inside of you. So it's like Sun and Leo energy. So with the Sun, it's like, woo, the conscious mind and the ego mix or blended or standing in the scene of courage, boldness, security, woo, self-expression. Yes. Okay. So gone are the days, or transiting away from the days of being in energetic attachments with people who no longer resonate with us. Wow, this feels like a huge energy, like a huge cord cutting, if you understand what I'm talking about. Like, wow. So what's going on with the Two of Air then? Thank you, Spirit. So with the Two of Air, wow, we get the Wheel of Fortune. And like I said, wow, this year is, according to the Tarot, a Wheel of Fortune year. And so with Jupiter there, it's all about your expansion. Where are you going to expand? Which connections are actually helping you expand? How are you perceiving your way forward? How are you perceiving the future for yourself? Where are you going to be going into, like, in what direction are you going to move this year? How are you going to be serving your collective field? How are you going to be serving yourself? Not overtly putting a lot of attention into the self, but how are you going to be serving the self in a way that honors the journey that you're on? Wow. Okay. So then what's the last card, please, Spirit? And with Pause the Mind Loops, notice repetitive thoughts, have protocols to shift focus. Interesting. So messages that could have come through but didn't. Ooh, I have the Hermit. That was last year. That is so 5 minutes ago. Yeah. The Hermit is here with insight, Chiron, Virgo, refined healing, refinement through pain and healing. This is very much like alchemy, transmuting chaos into potential, going inward rather than looking for an answer outward, rather than externally processing, and then understanding that by you passing through potentially that Sagittarius moon these last 2 days. I don't know, I don't want to put too much pressure on the Seven of Wands, but whatever you've been doing over the last period, whatever you've been doing throughout the year of the snake, I feel like you've had quite a bit of protected energy, and also you've had quite a lot of creative energy. Thank you, Spirit. With the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom, like, that's, I feel like that's double confirmation. And it was one card that fell there. Wow. So don't forget, we had the Ten of Pentacles come out at the bottom for the final confirmation, and we had the Ten of Pentacles already come out within the tarot. So if you're resonating with this reading, congratulations. I feel like you've done quite a bit. You've gone through quite a bit. I recognize that life can be a bit of a journey. It can be a bit of an experience. And so I really want to see if there's any messages from the animals. So I will be using Mike Orion's Animal Tarot. Mike Orion's Animal Tarot. Any final messages for the collective, please, in relation to this Lunar New Year, please, Spirit? Thank you for helping me stay on track. Thank you for helping me focus when I need to. Any final messages for the collective experience? I think that is enough. So the bottom of the deck, talking to the moon. Oh my god, I can't even sing because I'm burping. Wow, and I look up and I see the Nine of Cups. Again, sitting on top of the Nine of Cups and strength. And behind the Nine of Cups I see the Six of Swords. So you're transiting towards satisfaction and integration. Thank you, Spirit. That is exactly what the energy of this transit, this Lunar New Year, this season, if you will, this moment that you're connecting to in the here and now, this moment was captured within this transit. And I feel like if you're connecting with this message so far, then you too may begin to see some dogs out of place. Or potentially you'll see a fish somewhere out of place. Something that may not have form. It could also be a axolotl. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Now, with this falling on the moon and with those falling upright, I feel like that's going to sit on the moon. That may be something that's not revealed to you just now. It may be something that reveals itself to you later. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I definitely feel like I need to go back and finish off the rest of the reading though. So with the moon, I did have the Six of Cups. I'm so sorry. This is the Sun in Scorpio. So this is all about conscious transformation. Well done. You've chosen to look at the moon. You've chosen to integrate the messages. You've chosen to elevate yourself to the insights that you've now got. You've chosen to balance your chakras. You may have sat at the beach, at the top of a mountain, as has been the advice coming through this channel. And that has allowed you to keep your curiosity. That's Saturn in Sagittarius. Yeah. Your discipline has brought about a solid foundation for you to stand on. You're transiting now towards satisfaction in your relationships, satisfaction in your connections, just general connections, satisfaction in the way that you communicate. You're going to be communicating more effectively about what you want to. That's the Six of Swords energy. You will be communicating more effectively about the things that bring you satisfaction. So it's like I'm seeing show and tell. Like when I was a little kid in primary school, we would come back from holidays and we would share what happened. It was always after the 2 week period. So sometimes people shared stories which were a bit sad, and we all got to learn something about maybe a pet or a loved one passing, and nothing ever got too out of control because the teacher would always be quite patient with the person telling the story as well as with us. Wow, but to bring this back to the reading, the these Three of Swords actually sits with the Eight of Cups. I feel like I feel like this literally sits like this, if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Wow! Wow. Okay, so the King of Wands, stay patient. Stay grounded. The right connections will come for you. You will see the opportunities that you've been sowing will bring about fruit. As I said at the very beginning of this reading, at the very beginning of this video, the energetic exchanges are going to start showing results. Obvious results, mind you. With the Ten of Pentacles, I definitely see that you're going to be very, very creative with a 3-3 coming out here. 3 of Swords, 3 Empress. This moon may have had quite the impact on you. You may be feeling as vibrant as this crane looks right now. This stork. This flamingo? Feels like it's a crane. The next supermoon may be pertinent to you, but this energy here feels like a pretty supermoon. So yeah. Ooh, I just saw 01:01:10 on the clock. So I'm going to wrap this up because I didn't realize I was going to be going this long. I've also got, it's like, definitely comes through quite clearly. It's the end of the Hermit energy. We've crossed over, or we're crossing over that threshold, that 2025 energy. Last year was the Hermit in the Tarot. This year is the 10. And so obviously, the very last card is the Fool. And I definitely had a feeling that was going to come out, but I didn't realize it was going to come out after you going through that 8 of Swords, after you seeing your way through that 8 of Swords, integrating the message, and then giving yourself the new start, potentially now, potentially at the beginning of the year 2026, wherever your timeline is, whatever timeline you're operating on, it's okay. We're all here, we're all now, we're all together, we're enjoying ourselves, and we're going to enjoy ourselves ongoing. Because we've got this transit energy, transiting towards satisfaction. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, that was an amazing message. Just want to say thank you so much to everybody who connects with these messages. Thank you so much for watching as much as you can. I get that not everything is going to resonate with you, and obviously, if things do resonate with you, then that's great. But if not, I'm doing my best to stay authentic, stay honest, stay humble, and just enjoy this journey for what it is. It's an experience that belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to us. Therefore, we can share philos love quite freely. We can share eros love in the way of loving a brother, in the way of loving a sister, not in the way of loving somebody to procreate. Sorry. Love without touching, right? And then even agape. Agape love can be love without touching as well. So these are just Greek terminologies that you can chuck into Google, or you can chuck into ChatGPT, whatever you use to help yourself explain the mysteries that you're unfolding for yourself, the way that you're understanding, interpreting reality and trying to use a filter. I understand that if you're not trying to externally process anymore, then you may be using your journal, you may be using your art, you may be using your time to investigate the things that are meaningful, valuable to you. To give yourself permission to go through the seasons, go through the cycles, and change what needs to be changed. But really, hold on to the things that bring wholeness. Hold on to the things that bring warmth. Hold on to the things that we can integrate quite freely. There's no difficulty. There's no pressure. There's no sudden shift. It's a beautiful transitory period that we're in. And as we step into the year of the horse, as we step out of the year of the snake, as we transit those two energies, I hope that through this period you can be gentle with yourself. I hope that through this period you can hold on close to the people who you love around you. For me, that would be Theo, and you guys, the people who connect with my messages, because I can admit my messages don't have to be for everybody. I don't want to be for everybody. I can appreciate that everybody is on their own journey. Everybody is going through different layers, different levels of understanding, insight, learning, and ultimately different layers and levels of love, self-love, total love, abandonment of judgment, abandonment of expectation. I don't know. I don't know if you can feel the energy, but I definitely feel the energy. I feel pretty great after having gone to work today. And yeah, I look forward to catching you on the next one. Fingers crossed, if this goes well, I'll do another one. But also, I'm definitely trying not to do anything culturally inappropriate. So with all respects to Chinese culture and to the Lunar New Year participants, including potentially the Celts, thank you so much for participating in this moment. Thank you for being with me here and now. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the next one, as always. Please If you're not already, if you are actually new here, please do me the favor of hitting sub. By you doing that, you'll at least get to know when I'm going live again, when I've posted a video, when I've posted a short, and I'm trying to do my best not to be an overtly spamming person. But I also understand that maybe we won't vibe. And so if you don't resonate to subscribe, could you please do me a favor and like the video and comment what your favorite part of the video was. Comment what your favorite part of the moment was, right? Potentially as a 360 wrap up, potentially as just a seasonal wrap up, a 30-day wrap up, whatever it is to you. I hope that you've enjoyed this transit. I hope that you have enjoyed this journey. And if you can think of anybody that might resonate or might want to watch this video, feel free to share it with them. I appreciate you. I value your time. And so I will definitely catch you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye. That was awesome. Ah!